You make $6 an hour. That's it. If you don't like it, go out and get a real job. That's what all those restaurants and bars told their bartenders and servers for years. That's what all of us told them. And the fact is, when you're making tips, it's really good. But there are slow times. And then the pandemic hit. Guess what happened to all those bartenders and servers? They went out and they got a real job. Half the time they just went and enjoyed the pandemic for a while, and now they don't need your job, and they're looking to improve their lives. They're going back to school. They're looking for a job that really fulfills them. So the question is, how much does your business really need servers and bartenders? Probably a lot more than they need you. There's a ton of jobs out there right now. It's a great economy. In fact, I'm getting ready to open up a magic bar. Long story. I'll get more into that. I've worked in the magic and service industry for a while. I've been a magic bartender for a while, and I remember opening up a restaurant. I was consulting on it. We were in there doing their menu. We were designing their drink recipes. We were designing, the magic protocols, and I was making good money there while we were closed. And then they opened up the doors, and they're like, "Guess what? You're making what a bartender is making." In Chicago, mind you, which is $6 an hour, which is not able to be lived on. So I had to pay for parking every single day, which was $30 off the top, which if you're getting $6 an hour, that's $5 or 5 hours gone. That's insane. So you have to still work 8 hours a day. Plus it was about 2 hours in Chicago traffic from my house. I lived in the suburbs and it was like maybe 30 miles away. But the problem was that 30 miles was killer in traffic, especially when you had to be there for the day shift. I said, I don't want day shifts. And then they started putting me on day shifts. And there were no customers. Absolutely no customers came in. It was hell. I mean, miserable sitting in Chicago traffic. And that's when I decided to get out of there. And I stopped working for that company. I still have stock in that company. I'm a big fan of theirs, and I hope they do extremely well. But it's bad when the top of the company doesn't see what middle management is doing. And that's the problem. All these big corporations have middle management which don't care about their servers, do not care about their bartenders or their crew. They think that their corporate persona is going to carry them. And it does for a while, but then you realize a business is based on its foundation. It's like a house. It's built with everything on the bottom up. You build the big empire from the people who are on the ground floor. So when you guys go out to eat, remember to tip well. I mean, I don't know why we don't give them at the very least minimum wage. They say minimum wage is for unskilled workers. Okay, so a skilled bartender is supposed to hustle tips, and if they don't make tips, then what? They make half of minimum wage, whatever the minimum is in your town. I mean, or below minimum is in your town for a server, which is pretty horrible if you think about it. Below minimum wage, it's insane. And we still have a ton of expenses, so it's miserable. I'm not going to lie, being a server. So when you go out, at least tip. At the minimum I do is 20%. That's like, even if the service is shitty, I give them 20%. Usually I go as high as 50. I've even done 100% if it's, really good service. Living in Arizona, though, I'm learning something crazy. There is no service here. Everybody believes that they're entitled. Everybody comes from a family where, how do I put it? They don't need money. Everybody who comes to Arizona is not poor. They come here for better opportunities, and they're usually, living in a multi-million-dollar family, so they come to work late. What do you want? I don't know. I'll take a whatever beverage or whatever food I'm getting. And then they're like, all right, they disappear. Try to never ask you what your name is, how you're doing. Hey, nice seeing you again. Hey, Scott, nice seeing you again. How you doing? None of that. They're just, what do you want? And then they disappear, go on their phone. And then you see them, 15, 20 minutes later when they bring you your drink or your food, whatever you ordered, and then they disappear again. Is it so much to ask for a little hospitality to make 20% of a bill? If my average bill is $40, and I'm going to give you, anywhere from $8 to, $20. I mean, I want you to at least acknowledge me. Just ask me how my service is. Hey, how are you doing? It goes a long way. So there's a give and take. I mean, servers feel entitled and bartenders feel entitled, and so do the corporations that they work for. So the problem is kind of balancing everybody out and realizing that we're all humans and we should take care of our humans. But my stake should not be going or my tip on that steak should not be going to paying your minimum wage. Your minimum wage should be taken care of by the business, and your exceptional service should elevate you to whatever level you want, like Dr. Wise or whatever is out there, whatever your goals are, you should be able to accomplish with a smile. Hey, how you doing? And remembering someone's name. Hey, Scott, nice seeing you again. How you doing today? Another Jack and Coke? Or whatever, I don't drink Jack and Coke. But, it's that knowing people, making that connection, and you pay your friends. So here's my thoughts on tipping. Remember, those servers can spit in your food, too. You probably don't want to piss them off.